Giulia, thank you for joining. I'm so happy to have you here to get the South American perspective on things. We met about a year ago in Peru. I don't know you very well, though, so I would love to hear a bit more about you.
Thanks for having me. I'm actually from Tinta. It's like a little town 3 hours away from Lima, which is the capital of Peru. Now I'm living in Lima.
Did you see a movie as a kid that
Yeah,
inspired you?
I actually used to love Marvel movies. So when I was starting to like searching my career, my the thing that I want to study, I decided that I wanted to study design because I wanted someday to work on Marvel. Yeah, I love what I'm doing now. I love learning about design. So yeah,
Cool. And so you went to school in Lima? Is that
yeah, in Lima.
yeah, in Lima.
In,
Okay.
yeah.
And so you're an animator, or can you describe, just for the average person, what your day looks like, what your job is?
I used to work in like agency. I used to make the videos for them. So yeah, but now I'm working in a different like part of design. It's like the printing part because I wanted to learn all about it, like about design. When I work in this agency, I used to make some animations from like different brands.
That's cool. And what do you use? After Effects, or what
After
is what?
Effects, yeah.
Oh, you use After Effects. Okay, that's cool.
I remember I used to love The Little Mermaid and also Mulan, and I was like so focused on how they make the hair of them because it was like it's not like a live action film, it was animated film. Yeah, that I think that's the part that like wait, I'm messing up my head. I'm thinking in Spanish and I'm trying to talk in English, so
Yeah,
it's
sorry
really
about that.
fun. No,
I
it's
thought
fun.
for a minute, I thought maybe Carlo could join to help with some of the translation, but first of all, you're doing really well on your own, and also, he probably would just take over the whole conversation
Yeah,
because he's
no.
kind of like that. So I thought, you know what, we're good, and if you need to explain in Spanish, you'll have to do it slowly though, and then I can translate with my rudimentary Spanish.
Yeah, no problem. I'm good. I just need to think a little bit more.
So, have you been to North America? Have you traveled up here? Like, where did you learn English?
I learned English actually singing songs. I when I was little, I used to love like Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, One Direction. So
One
I just
Direction? Yeah.
yeah, so I just sing their songs and I learn English. Also, my school taught me English well, but most of it I think that it was because from the songs. And then I started watching films in English, series, all of it. I went
That's cool.
to Miami with my family on 2024. We have family there, so we know how to, well, we communicate with them in English or try to communicate with them in English because my uncle tries to teach their sons to speak in Spanish,
Yeah.
and my dad and my mom wants my brother and I to speak in English. So
Yeah. So it's a mashup. It's
yeah,
Spanglish.
yeah,
Yeah, we're pretty strict with the Spanish. As you saw, I think you met my kids when
yeah.
we were there a year ago. So, Carlo, my husband, is very adamant that they speak Spanish with him because it's
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
They,
it's important.
it's part of their culture, it's part of their heritage, and they don't want to lose. We don't want them to lose it, but also when they're older, they're gonna
Mm.
appreciate
Yeah.
all of the painful memories of us forcing them to speak Spanish. But no,
Yeah,
it's worked out pretty well because when we went to Peru last year, they obviously they're way more fluent than I am, so they have no trouble communicating, talking to people at
yeah,
the restaurants, talking to family members, talking to whoever it is. So yeah, bilingualism, regardless of what the language is so important.
yeah. I think it's one of the most important things you need to taught your children to,
Yeah.
because it's easier for them to learn when they're young than when you're
Yes.
well.
Yeah, 100%. Well, speaking of being young, how do you feel? Like, are you, do you feel any like nervousness, or do your colleagues mention, sort of the AI takeover, or even just the general changes in the film and TV industry, or in your case, advertising? Are there rumblings about changes happening, or is everyone okay down there, or how's it going?
Actually, my friends and I are very happy because we use AI to not create, but to help us with the ideas that we have. Like we talked to ChatGPT to create some stuff, and he helped us a lot. He like a person. It's
Yeah.
like ChatGPT is like a friend for us.
Yeah. So, and I think that's pretty common now, not amongst people my age, although maybe, but I think, what I heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, the younger crowd basically relies on ChatGPT and
Yeah.
other platforms as, a therapist or a close friend for
Hmm.
advice and all
Yeah.
this other stuff. And I mean, I can't decide myself personally if that's odd or creepy or bad or if it's a good thing, I mean, if
Yeah.
people are genuinely being helped, then they're being helped. I don't know. Um, and the average like 22 to 25-year-old, they're not going to go and like pay for therapy necessarily. So if they have something to lean on, I was going to say someone, but ChatGPT is not a
Yeah.
someone, but if they have an outlet, I guess, I mean, that's got to be good, right?
Yeah, I think it's good, I think, in some way because you it's like fast to like I was going to say him too because I thought ChatGPT was like a person, but it's a thing.
I guess as long as your brain doesn't get confused and
Yeah.
start treating it like a person or relying on it like a person, or you could go down the rabbit hole of psychology and say you shouldn't rely on any person,
Hmm.
but except for your parents when you're young, I guess. You don't want it to sort of take over, and certainly not to replace relationships with human beings, right?
Yeah, totally.
Do you have any extra, work things like hobbies, or do you have any aspirations for the future that you're working on day to day, plans that you're kind of, even micro plans or plans for the future?
Yeah, I used to take photos. I went to an event. Here in Peru we call it yunza. It's like a tree. It's a tree with gifts. You need to cut it off and the tree falls and you take off all the gifts. Yeah, I went to an event like this and I took photos of it. But now I'm actually not working apart from my job because I don't have much time. I went to my home and cook because that's the only thing that I like after work that calms me down.
Where do you see yourself in, say, I don't know, 20 years? What do you think you'll be doing in 20 years from now? Or what would you like to be doing? What would you like to be doing 20 years from now?
Out of Peru, I want to travel around the world. I want to visit new places, maybe stay in one of them. And and yeah, working as a designer, I know it's a must in my in my future. So yeah, maybe I can try photography again or maybe animation. But yeah, as a designer, it can be. Great.
Yeah, travel is super important. Not that long ago, I was in Los Angeles for work and I was just on my way to the airport and I was chatting with the Uber driver. And some people just have really good genes because he looked not much older than me, but he was talking about his grandchildren. And I was like, you have grandchildren? Oh my God. Anyway, but he was talking about his daughter and she had, a pretty high level job. But she was, and that was her dream job, but she was denied her dream job like 5 years prior because she didn't have any travel experience. It was not a travel related job. It was, I think it was like head of marketing for a toy brand. She was up for a big promotion, like a big promotion. And she thought that she was crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's. And, it was her dream job. And they didn't give it to her. And she was like, what happened? Why? I thought this job would be perfect for me. And they're like, look, you check all the boxes, but you've never traveled. So we can't have head of marketing for our brand, someone who's never left Los Angeles. Like it doesn't,
Yeah.
it just can't work like that. So she's like, that's it. Let's go. So she took, I think she has 2 kids. She's like, let's go. So she brought her kids, her husband. So they went all around, tried to do their best working remotely, finding different opportunities. And they spent like a year traveling because she realized that travel was basically necessary to live. In Peru, though, I mean, I know that's easier said than done because you guys have, visa restrictions and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, it's easy for me to say because I live in Canada and I can travel almost anywhere. And, same with her. She was American, so she can just travel,
Yes.
pretty much anywhere. Well, I mean, almost, but, um, but yeah, what are the restrictions for you? Like what would be holding you back, as far as, traveling and fulfilling those ideals for you?
Maybe I think it's more like my work experience. I want to learn more about all of I can about design. I think that to like do to travel to live in another country, I need to first learn and also grow a little bit. And yeah, I think that's the most important part for me. And I'm trying to
Yeah.
do that. I'm trying to like living alone in Lima, getting away from my family. Like we're 6 hours apart almost. And yeah, I think you need to risk some things to
Hmm.
get what you want.
Yeah, you have to definitely step outside your comfort zone and
Yeah.
do things that are totally outside of your normal day to day. Speaking about myself for a moment, like I started a podcast. This is not at all within my comfort zone. It's not at all, like it's not something I even really wanted to do. It's just something that I felt that I had to do because
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk to people and sort of, understand where everyone's at and just sort of lean on each other a little bit
Hmm.
and show the human side of us all. I just kept looking for something like that. Someone should start this podcast. Someone should do this. Someone should that. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's been good and it's rewarding in many ways, but the main way it's rewarding is just to do something different or to just start. I was at an event yesterday. Ex-colleague of mine was like, "Hey, so what's the deal with the podcast?" Because the last time I saw her, I said, "Yeah, I have this idea for a podcast." And we chatted about it a little bit, and she goes, "Yeah, I saw you like 2 months ago, and you said you had an idea for a podcast, and now you have like 6 episodes online. Can't believe you just went ahead and did that." And I was like, "Yeah, people, we just need to go ahead and do things.
Yeah.
Just start."
Yeah.
I don't have a fancy camera. I bought one microphone. This it's out of frame, but I bought a podcast microphone and that's basically it. And these headphones that drive me crazy because I had ear surgery when I was a kid and my nothing fits on my ears properly. So I'm like always struggling with the earphones. But anyways, I digress. But what I'm saying is that there's a power in just starting. You know,
Yeah.
you just
Yes.
start. So, for instance, you live in Lima,
Yeah.
which has one of the biggest airports on Earth, and or one of the one of the central hubs anyway. And there's just so much. Like South America is so beautiful. I've backpacked all around. Even before, I got married and everything,
Yeah.
I backpacked around Colombia, Argentina, Chile, Peru, Bolivia. It's so invaluable. Just to see some cool places, but yeah, there's a real power in starting. And I wanted to mention that because I know that you're sort of at the beginning of like your career and everything,
Yeah.
and there's just so it's just so important to just to start and to grow and to do. So we talked about the future, we talked about the past, a little bit. Was there anything else that you wanted to share? Do you have any words of wisdom for anyone maybe younger than you, even who's like in school or coming up, or other young people in Peru or South America or somewhere like that that you want to share?
Well, I don't know if it's motivating or not, but here in Peru, graphic design is like a career that you don't see a future in it because we here in Peru we don't need all the rules of the design. So yeah, but I think that if you want to do something, you just need to do it. It's important to believe in you also to make things work.
So it kind of sounds like you're in a good place where,
Well,
you're doing what you want to be doing. So that's
yeah,
that's really good.
and
I really appreciate you being on here. I know it's totally outside of your comfort zone, as it
yeah,
is mine. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you, and especially because you're from a different place, and just to get like a young person's perspective also, because but it sounds like you guys are just rolling with it. I mean, here there's a lot of panic amongst a lot of people. I don't know if I'd call it panic, but there's definitely some fear, some genuine fear.
yeah,
But maybe in the design space it's a little bit different, or I'm just not sure. But I'm glad you seem positive about the future, and hope you get to travel. And I can't recommend it enough. It's just so great. Just be safe, but you
yeah,
know, you know how to do that because you're from Peru and Lima of all places. So,
yeah.
anyways, well, thank you so much. And
Thank you too.
next time we're in Peru, I'm sure we'll see you again. And
Yeah,
yeah, we'll see you next time.
yeah. See you next time. Bye.